Hello. This is, I guess, a very rare Saturday Reads for me. Kind of a Saturday Reads, a sort of a check-in video. What am I reading? I'm reading Sometimes You Have to Lie, the uh, the life and times of Louise Fitzhugh, renegade author of Harriet the Spy. It's a biography of Louise Fitzhugh, author of Harriet the Spy. I heard about this on Steve Donahue's channel about a month or so ago and immediately pre-ordered it, and it got beamed onto my Kindle on the first. So I've been reading that, and it's been a really fascinating book. Louise Fitzhugh, born in like 1929, uh, you know, kind of raised in kind of the kind of Memphis area, kind of Jim Crow South, um, coming up to New York in in kind of in the early 50s. Really sort of fascinating book at this point. She's in her late 20s, something like that, and she's in Greenwich Village, kind of rubbing shoulders. Um, Louise Fitzhugh, who yeah, probably is a a gay woman at this time. One of these things I don't think I ever thought about with Harriet the Spy. Harriet the Spy being the big reason I'm reading this book is uh, a the big work that she is known for. This children's book about a little girl who keeps notebooks and spies on everybody. She's noting it down. She's basically kind of the embryonic nosy writer, and her notebooks getting discovered by her friends, and her kind of the fallout from that. I made the decision as I was reading this, is like, oh, I need to read Harriet the Spy as I'm reading this, because Leslie Brody, the author, is going to have her own views on Louise Fitzhugh, and on her own views on what Harriet the Spy means as the ambulances go by. Um, Out there helping people, good for them. Um, but I have a very kind of my own personal connection to Harriet the Spy, as a kind of a lonely, bookish kid who had his own notebooks as a kid, who probably took a lot of inspiration from Harriet the Spy. So I wanted to do a reread, because I hadn't read Harriet the Spy in the longest of times, as I was reading this book. So it's kind of a slow read of Harriet the Spy as I work at my usual lightning pace through that book. But so far, yeah, thank you, Steve. Really, really interesting book. Uh, I'm also listening to the second part of what's basically a two-part story from Jim Butcher, the Harry Dresden Files. The first book being Peace Talks, where we get all the setup for some gigantic climactic urban fantasy battle in Peace Talks, and now we seems in Battleground we're getting a completely ridiculous all climax book of all battles, which I'm not so much. It's like more like build up, build up, build up. Oh yeah, there's a battle, and then there's ramification. So this may not be the most uh, enjoyed Harry Dresden book for me. We'll see. I'm about halfway through. He is the kind of author that, if he's rescuing a family and there's a little kid, the little kid is going to have to hold a teddy bear. If there's evil marauding through the city, there's got to be a daycare full of little tots for Harry to save. He is good or ill. He is always the 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 dirty, scruffy nerf herder knight. Um, with all with all his problems. Jim Butcher is total cheese in my opinion, but it's fun cheese. I probably wouldn't have gotten to this book as quickly as I did, because I usually try and space out my doses of Jim Butcher high fat cheese. But because this is basically just a continuation of the last book, I've jumped on that. And it's just been it's been a good thing to read, to have going in my head. I had sad news. Probably you've seen on this channel that I have two dogs. I have a little Labradoodle who is right there and is probably checking out to see if there's any birds or the cat from next door that she can bark at, because she just loves that. Just so much fun. And the cat likes to sit on its side of the fence and just hiss and they just hate love each other. They're perfect frenemies. So yeah, we've got Shira. We also had Haley, who was a 15-year-old Airedale who had, for the last couple of years, her back end hasn't been that great. Um, she's basically kind of lost her nerve endings in her rear end. She's been sleeping in the kitchen for that reason. It was just part of the thing. We kind of cleaned up after her each day and helped her up in the mornings and got her going. And she was still a dog who really loved to go down and get her cookies and stuff like that. But unfortunately, she just sort of ran out. She had a really, really, really good run. It was a really joyful, affectionate, good dog. But by the end there, even the kind of the allure of cookies was kind of waning. And yeah, so she passed away about, it's probably, it's been probably 2 weeks now, and I'm still leaving modeling comments on Steve Donahue videos about it. So I figured maybe I should just make a video of it and just sort of get it out of my system. Thank you to anybody out there who has their sympathies there. I just needed to say it and kind of get it out of my system here. And yeah, we're gonna keep on sadly trucking along, but trucking along nevertheless. Yeah, so not great, but I got to have Haley in my life for 15 whole years of headbutting and or Airedale humor, a very which I really, really, really enjoyed. And she was a good mentor to the little doodle over there. And yeah, I appreciate her. So bye to Haley, and more videos later.